Hello everyone, thanks for coming back to my channel. In this video, it's the law of money, chapter 13. The law of money, the law of come and gone, accepting loss as impermanent. Nothing stays with you forever, but not all is lost. There is a law of money that few people want to acknowledge until life forces them to. Money, possessions, and material security all come and go. Nothing in the material world is permanent, yet the pain does not come from loss itself. It comes from our belief that what we lost was supposed to stay forever. My first real lesson of loss had nothing to do with dollars or business. It came from my country collapse. When Vietnam fell to communism, my family lost everything, not gradually, not symbolically, but suddenly and completely. We did not sell our home. We did not pack what we love. We did not choose what to keep and what to give away. We left. And when I say everything, I mean everything. As a 16-year-old girl, I did not understand political systems or economic ideologies. I understood only one thing: what I loved was gone. My most precious possession was my collection of books. They were not expensive, but they were my world. They held knowledge, imagination, and dreams larger than life, and I could see around me. To a 16-year-old girl, those books were wealth. Leaving them behind hurt more than I could explain. At that age, value is not measured in money, it is measured in meaning, and I believe that what gave my life meaning had been taken from me forever. I accepted the loss then, not because I understood it, but because survival gave me no other choice. I did not know the laws of money. I did not know the laws of life. I only knew that loss could arrive without permission. What I could not know yet was that loss is never the end. It is a passage. Loss is not a punishment, it is a transition. Many people see loss as punishment. They believe something has gone wrong, that they have failed, or that life is turned against them. This misunderstanding causes more suffering than the loss itself. The law of come and gone teaches something different. Loss is not a verdict of your worth. It is not a statement about your future. It is simply movement. Money moves. Circumstances move, nations rise and fall, systems change. What we call loss is often life removing one chapter to another, so another can begin. At 16, I thought I had lost my future because I had lost my past. I did not realize that the past is not where power lives. Power lives in the present, in mindset, adaptability, and the courage to begin again. Years later, I came to understand something essential. As long as the mindset remains, nothing is truly lost. You can lose money, you can lose property, you can lose status, comfort, and familiarity. But if you do not lose your mindset, you have lost nothing permanent. Circumstances do not define who you are, they reveal who you are becoming. What defines you is not how you respond when what you depended on disappears. The only access that cannot be taken. When I look back, I see clearly what survived when everything else was stripped away. It was not money, it was not connections, it was not security, it was the mindset, the willingness to rebuild, the belief that life could begin again, the quiet conviction that loss was temporary even when it felt endless. My set is the one asset that no government, no system, no crisis can confiscate. It is invisible, yet it generates everything visible. When we fled Vietnam, I carry no wealth with me, but I carry something far more valuable, the ability to learn, to adapt, to work. Those traits are not inherited by luck, they are cultivated through hardship. Many people fear loss because they believe they will not survive it. They imagine that if money leaves, they will become nothing. But money does not define capability, and capability attracts money. This is why some people lose everything and never recover, while others lose everything and rise stronger. The difference is not intelligence or opportunity, it is a mindset. Loss strips away illusion. It shows you what you truly own, and what you truly own is always enough to start again. Beginning again in the foreign land, Sue Ann's children's world was born. Starting over in the foreign country is the kind of rebirth. Everything familiar disappears. Language, customs, confidence, and identity. You are no longer who you were, but you are not yet who you will become. This is where many people freeze. They wait for certainty. They wait for stability. They wait to feel ready. But readiness does not come before action. It comes from action. In this new land, I understood one thing clearly. If I wanted security, I could not rely on systems. I had to rely on myself. And so I began again, not with grand ambition, but with clarity. My first business was simple. I opened a store of children's clothing. It was not just a way to earn money, it was the deliberate design of life. The idea came from certainty, not desperation. I wanted to be the owner of my time. I wanted to do something I love, and I wanted to be present for my young children. This business was born from integration, not sacrifice. I did not believe that success had to cost motherhood. I did not believe that money required abandoning values. I did not believe that survival meant suffering. This belief itself was wealth. The law of come and gone was working quietly in my favor. What had once been taken from me made room for something better, suited to who I had become. Accepting loss without fear. The final lesson of this law is acceptance, not resignation, but wisdom. When you understand that money comes and goes, you stop clinging to it in fear. Fear repels money. Trust allows it to circulate. Loss does not mean failure. Loss does not mean punishment. Loss does not mean the end. Loss is impermanent. What remains permanent is your ability to respond to clarity, creativity, and courage. When you accept this law, you no longer panic when money leaves. You understand that it will return, often in a new form, through a new door, carrying a lesson that strengthens you. I lost everything once, and yet here I stand, not diminished but expanded, because I learned the most important truth of all. You are not what you lose, you are what you rebuild. And as long as your mindset remains intact, nothing is ever truly gone. I hope you enjoy this. Please look forward to the next chapter and continue with my journey on the law of money. Thank you.